And welcome to Monday morning's live stroll with myself and Azra. It is quite a pleasant morning this morning, 10 degrees, a little bit of breeze. God, it was windy yesterday, or certainly last night it really came up, the weather, but no, it seems fairly settled now for the time being. I know we're supposed to be in for a wet few days, but not raining at the minute, so that's the main thing. Now you'll have to excuse my voice, guys. It is still croaking. It is what it is, unfortunately. Can't really do much with it. This all started coming on Saturday. As I say, and I've been sort of croaking away off and on all weekend. Unfortunately. What's the plan for people today? Is it just a work day, leisure day, nothing day? Are you on holiday? And where are you watching us from at the minute? What time is it where you are? Interested to know, just me being nosy as always. It's currently 20 to 6 in the morning in the UK. What I have done, guys, is my leg, if you've been following me for the last 6 weeks now, and it is 6 weeks that this happened, I've really been struggling with my leg now. It is now, I feel, beginning to turn the corner, if I'm honest. Although the pain is still there, it's more of a nagging pain as opposed to real pain. So what I'm now having to use is, and I'm sort of alternating it a little bit between the heat and also there's some ibuprofen sort of gel I've got. I put heat on this morning, so I smell divine. I can smell it when I'm out walking, so you can see how much I'm putting on Friday night or Friday afternoon. I put far too much on. It's the extra strong stuff. And oh my God, guys, I was almost crying. It was like a shock to the system, how painful it was. But that was actually the first time it actually started feeling better, the leg, if I'm honest with you, sort of Friday into Saturday. And I'm just wondering, I mean, obviously, I don't think it's a miracle cure, the heat, but it did do a bit of shock and awe, I think, because it certainly has been a lot better. The only problem I've still got at the minute, I was trying to help with the Christmas lights and put some stuff back up in the loft yesterday, and stretching it or trying to lean on it is just still no. So it's still nowhere near right. Sort of walking and stuff like that is all right. Good morning to everyone saying hi. Thanks for that. Do make sure you like and subscribe. It does really mean a lot to the channel. We are currently out on our first live stroll of the week. With the leg now getting better, I'm going to try and start doing this a bit more regularly again. The weekends are by far the best, and Sundays especially, because I've got the natural light. As you can see, I'm having to use, Azra's got a light on her collar. I've got a light, or two lights. I did have 3 lights, but I've lost one. One on my hat, one on my jacket, and it just gives us enough light so you guys can see where we're going with the street lights as well. So enjoy. Thank you for that. I'll try and have a good day. The day is young, so nobody knows what direction it's going to head in. Leaving for work around 7:30, so what's it now? Just under 2 hours time. So I'm going to get home. I've done my lunch already. Have some breakfast, watch some more bits and pieces on YouTube, whatever. Chillax, that's what I like doing in the mornings. Just sort of a little bit of time just to do nothing and just chill. It is one of them. Obviously I'd have less time if I was doing the longer strolls with her, which once this leg gets better I'll try and start doing it again, and that's my plan. But for now we're just going to be doing the shorter strolls. We did do a longer one yesterday morning, guys, if you were with me. I didn't suffer too much for doing that. It was more having to go and get a ladder from Mum's that I really suffered, because this ladder is sort of a house length ladder, and by God was it heavy when I had to put it up. In fact, I said to you, you need to help. You know, and I don't think I'm a weak person, but I literally didn't have the foundation, grounding, strength to lift this ladder up at all. And shame for Julia, because she's not a lover of heights. She had to go up the ladder. Come on, Azra. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Come on, come on. Good girl. She had to go up the ladder yesterday. And I know she hates heights, but I just couldn't have done it yesterday. Oh, you're a thirsty girl this morning, aren't you? So as I said, guys, we're now into a bit of a darker section, unfortunately, of the live stroll. We will get a bit more street light back in a minute, just a bit further up, but then we're going to be going into the alley where it is dark, running parallel with the science park. Another hi there, good morning. Thanks for joining up. We are a bit later now. I've sort of changed my routine a little bit now in the mornings, so I don't have to rush again because of this poxy leg. I get up at my normal time, but I sort of have a bit of a leisurely, sort of do the dishwasher, any other jobs I've got to do, get some heat or ibuprofen on my leg, and let that seep in before we come out. So we're usually now about 5:30, 20 to 6 coming out. So I apologise if there's people watching from around the world, and I know there are because I speak to people, and I know about time differences. I know it's not a massive time difference, but what's really early here might be late somewhere else. So yeah, I always have that thought. UK being my strongest watcher, as you would expect, and then thereafter Australia and America, or American that second, and then Australia third. Right, Azra's just going to the loo, so I'm going to have to put you down for a minute, guys. Let's sort that out, and then we'll crack on. Azra, wait. Never mind. You don't make it easy for me, do you, Azra? All these leaves and everything else around, can I hardly see it. Right, sorry about that, guys. We are back. Dog's name is Azra, A-Z-R-A. She is a rescue dog from North Macedonia. We've had her now just over 4 years. She's 4.5. We had to have the bloods done just to see exactly what she was, but I think we knew anyway. But she is a cross between a Labrador, a Beagle, and many other bits and pieces, as I'm sure most dogs are. But yeah, she's primarily Labrador size, Beagle in colour, and to be fair, her personality is very much Labrador stroke Beagle. Very friendly, very inquisitive, very nosy, but her temperament, I would have no problem leaving her with, you know, young children. She's very, very friendly, whereas Ralph, on the other hand, no way could he be left with anyone he didn't know, because he's very, very, very touchy. He's a grumpy old man, little Chihuahua. I think he's 11 next year, maybe even 12, I'm not quite sure. But he's a good age for a Chihuahua, and he looks miserable and grumpy most of the time, to be fair. He's a good dog with us, but it's just people he doesn't know. So this morning we are going to do a right here. Azra, go this way today. I know that confuses you. We'll go this way around the science park. This is the science park. Here we'll go around the back, because then we run parallel with the little Christmas lights they've got here on the way through, so that'd be nice. I don't think Azra really cares, to be honest. It's more for me. And I said it, I think, on Friday. Obviously it's still quite early, but the amount of people that start here early, it's unbelievable, really. And what's flagged that for me is there's a car just gone past me behind. And it's like it all the time. There's people coming and going in this place all the time. Whenever you come over here, obviously I won't be over here during the working day because I'm at work. But if you've ever had any time, Azra, this way, good girl. If you've ever had any time off outside of sort of public holidays, stuff like that, it's really busy in here. Really, really busy. Busy place. During the pandemic, they were doing a lot of the ventilator work here, because we've got Adam Brooks, Cambridge, just up the road as well, which obviously we're doing lots as well there. Yeah, loads of building work going on here at the minute. Obviously not entirely sure what's going on. I knew we could get down here. Been down here already once before. Azra having a good old search around. Born and raised in Oldham, Manchester. Is it the best time to say now that I'm a Liverpool fan? Don't switch off. Can't all be perfect. Both teams are struggling at the minute anyway, so we can suffer together. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over. I'll tell you what, we'll go this way. No, will we? No, because we have to go through the Christmas thing, which I don't think we should do. Early bus over there. I wouldn't have thought there'd be that many people on that. But saying that, as I just said, lots of people do start work early, so that's probably going to the villages and then obviously on to Cambridge, I would imagine. So if people having to start work early, you might have to get that time bus, because what time is it going to get you to Cambridge? No idea. Depending on how many places it's got to go to after, I guess. So there's the first Christmas tree. I haven't actually seen that one yet. That's over there behind the glass there. I don't know if that's coming out. And then the Christmas trees that are sort of outside. We'll see a little bit more, but you've got there, obviously the lights here. Azra, come on. And then if you've been with me before, I think you'll know exactly where we are when we get to the end here. This is just sort of a slightly different way of getting here. Azra, come on, come on, come on. Good girl. I'm going to try and show you these Christmas trees, because we're obviously now the wrong side. Azra, over here. Azra, good girl. There they are, just the other side of the lake over there. Christmas tree. It looks like only one on. There is only one on. Maybe they've not paid the bill. God, it took us ages to get our timers sorted out and our Christmas lights yesterday for the outdoor lights. God almighty. When you only use these timers once a year and they're all these Alexa things, you have to disconnect and reconnect and make it remember who you are again. Gee whiz. What a nightmare. But I knew we were in for a problem because when I started using one that we didn't use for the fish tank to turn that on and off and stuff like that, that was a devil to get done. So I knew potentially the other three were going to be a problem. But I was just hoping against hope that we weren't going to have problems. Azra. So what we'll do is we'll cross the road, get rid of Azra's stuff that I've been carrying now for the last 10 minutes. Gonna have a little sit down on this bench just to stretch the old leg out. Not that I really need it this morning, I don't feel I need it. I'm just gonna do it just to stretch the old leg. Now, did anyone watch the Formula 1 yesterday? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, maybe you couldn't care less. But it was probably the most intense, stressful hour and a half of the season, I think, yesterday. And I was quite pleased that James had gone fishing because James is very inquisitive, my son, or our son, and he would have wanted to ask a zillion questions all the way through. And when you're trying to watch and keep up to the speed of what you're doing, go on, good girl. Right, Azra, just sit for a minute. We're just going to have a stretch. Good girl. Here she is. Good girl. When you're trying to watch something and keep up to date with what's going on yourself, it becomes very difficult. And then I get myself more stressed. It's only sport at the end of the day, isn't it? But this is what sport does to people. I'm past caring with Liverpool because they're the architects of their own downfall at the minute, the way they're playing. So, although I know what's going on, I don't stress about it. It will always come good in the end, whatever happens. The business with Mo Salah and all that's just byproducts of what's going on. I guarantee if we were winning the league again, there would be no commotion. Anyway, that's life. But the Formula 1 yesterday, I will say what Lando did was a champion's drive yesterday when he came into the pits and came out behind people. And the overtaking he did, and some of the overtaking he did, yes, all right, he's on fresh tyres and the best car, I understand all that. But some of the overtaking, especially the double overtake, and then obviously the one with Yuki Tsunoda, you know, just over the course of the season, I think he just about deserved it. I know he didn't win as many races as Max Verstappen, and Max Verstappen had a terrible first half to the season. But Lando didn't have that brilliant. I mean, yes, all right, he won in Australia, won in Monaco, all that sort of thing. But at times, he was well off it. And of course, 2 DNS and a disqualification as well. You think about that, those points he lost. We lost 18 points in the Netherlands. I forget what position he was in Canada, and then obviously he lost 18 points in Las Vegas. So let's say he lost 50 points over those 3 races. Bit more comfortable, isn't it, all of a sudden, guys? So it just goes to show they've all had their ups and downs this season. But yeah, I think it was a champion's drive yesterday. I know there will be loads of people that are Max fans, Oscar fans, Lando fans, and that's part and parcel of sport, isn't it? Everyone's got their favourites. And everyone can say, oh, Max deserves it because he won, was it 7 out of the last 9 races, I think they said. No, it's unbelievable. And I will still say he is the best driver on the grid by far. So, you know, I'm not disputing any of that. But over the course of the season, what do they say? It's a marathon and not a sprint. I think the McLaren boys just about deserved it. I would have been gutted if Lando had lost it yesterday. But Oscar would have deserved it. I think he just ran out of steam towards the end of the season. I really do. And I think Lando, you will never know. Maybe you'll know when he writes a book. But what he's gone through since the Netherlands, I think he's having a lot of help in the background with people helping him with his head. And that's truly what I think. I think a lot of his problems were all in the mind. You can hear by the way he talks. I guess a bit like me, you know, I worry about what other people think all the time. And sometimes you just got to say, screw that, and get on with it. But it's tough. And even if you say that, you still, in the back of your mind somewhere, worry about what other people think of whatever you're doing, of you, whatever. And I think sometimes someone like a Max Verstappen, who's very much tunnel vision and doesn't really care about all the noise going on around him. I'd love to be like that. But unfortunately, as humans, we're all different. And that's what makes life interesting, is it not? Right, guys. Another minute and I'll stop boring you. But suffice to say, congratulations to Lando. I do think he deserved it. Congratulations to McLaren, they are Constructors' champions. You put us through hell this season, but that's sport. Over 24 races, the best team and the best man won, I think. Just about. Right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good Monday. We'll reconvene either tomorrow or Wednesday to see how the leg goes. Hopefully tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Have a good day. Cheers, guys.